Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to be doing this really pretty blue halo eye look using the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. So let's jump in. I'm going to be using my MAC Painterly Paint Pot to prime my eyes and to carve out the bottom part of my brows. I'm just going to set that primer with some translucent powder. And jumping into the palette, woo! I'm going to be using the shade Puder for my transition shade. And then we're going to go in really lightly with the shade Royalty for the crease. You don't want to use too much of that shade because it is pretty deep, but we want that really nice subtle purple in there still. And for the center of the lid, we're going to be using the shade Pool Party. That's going to be our halo color. And we're just going to pack that onto the lid until we're happy with it. Taking the shade Twerk, that's going to be going on the inner part of the lid and the outer part of the lid. I do find this shade a little bit difficult to work with, so you really just got to take your time to build it up. Going back into Royalty, we're going to use that to deepen the outer part of the eye. And we're just really going to pack this one on. And then just lightly start to blend it into the crease. And then going back into Royalty and then just blending that further with a little bit larger of a fluffy brush. And then back into Puder just to make sure those edges are nice and soft. I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara today. For primer, I'm going to be using the Laura Geller Spackle treatment in the Even Tone primer. And then using my Lancome Teint Idole foundation. I am at the bottom of this one, so I did have to scrape a bunch of it out of the tube and just spackle it on my face. And then I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer for underneath my eyes. And then I'm just going to blend it out with my Real Techniques sponge. I think I used a little bit too much this day. Using my Coty Airspun powder to set everything. And then we're going to be jumping back into the palette, going into Puder again. We're going to just lightly buff that onto the lower lash line. And then using Royalty again to line the lower lash line with a definer brush. And then using the shade in Light, we are going to highlight the brow bone. And then for the inner corner, we're going to be going in with Obsessed. I'm going to tightline with the Doucce Black Waterproof Eyeliner today. And the Stila Smudge Stick for the lower lash line. I wanted to go with kind of a royal blue color, and I was having a little bit of difficulty applying this onto the waterline, hence the pulling. Using my Hoola bronzer to contour today. And then the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in the shade Exposed. We're going to be using the Ulta Beauty Rainbow Highlighter today. This thing is insanely pigmented, so you definitely need to go in with a light hand with it. And then using the NARS bronzer in the shade Laguna. Just going to buff that around the hairline, just to make it look like I've been to the beach recently. For the lips, we're going to be using the Colourpop Ultra Matte Lippie Stick in the shade Cookie. Alright, and that completes this look. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button below. Thanks, guys.